Hey, I'm Milton Washington, the founder of Rockmill Indigenous Fitness. In this video, I want to quickly tell you a couple things. I want to tell you what Rockmill is, and I want to tell you what Rockmill Indigenous Fitness is. So, Rockmill is ROKMIL for Republic of Korea and MIL for Milton. Because I was a black kid born in South Korea to some difficult circumstances, and I felt the rejection of an entire world against me and my blackness before I even knew what black was in the countrysides of South Korea. But even as a kid, I just wanted to play and have a good time and be a kid. And regardless of all the rejection that I had, I just simply wanted to gather and play and have a good time. And I made a promise to those kids that rejected me for being black. And the promise that I made as a 4 or 5-year-old kid was, out of all of us, I'm the one that's going to get to America one day. And when I do get to America, one day I'm going to become big and strong, and I'm going to have power like you guys have power. But I'm going to use that power for good. And that's what Rockmill is all about. It's a place, it's a community of goodness. All things good. So, what is Indigenous fitness? Indigenous fitness is everything that I know to what I just talked about in terms of goodness, wrapped up into a system of movements around an African stool that we do to the beat, that provide supported movements for all sorts of people who have mobility issues or pain, that relieves all of that in dramatic ways. And not only changes you fast physically, but it changes you emotionally, vibrationally, psychologically, socially, and spiritually. I think that this truly is a gift from the ancestors. If we were able to somehow conjure up the ancestors and say, hey, we need a fitness program because we want to live longer, better, more meaningful lives, they would grant us Rockmill Indigenous Fitness. Now, some people have wondered, well, why do you call it indigenous? Number one, these movements are indigenous or natural to our bodies. There's nothing to learn in Rockmill. If someone says, why don't you kick your legs back? You know that your body's designed to do that. If there's all sorts of movements in which you can just be creative and then have support and really tap into how your body moves. And you should have a strong relationship with your body. I think that's indigenous. So not only are these movements that are just natural to our bodies and you don't have to learn anything, but the idea of deeper connection with self, I think, is indigenous. And we move to the beat. So that kind of tribal movement is indigenous. These are practices that have been done all around the world for ages. That community that's brought together and to move in unison. There is something very natural about that. And with Rockmill, you have this stark opportunity to go down deep into self and explore yourself so that you can completely understand yourself. So that ultimately you can love yourself, truly love yourself. Even those dark spaces that you really haven't had the courage to confront, you'll confront yourself here. And you'll have many opportunities to get better in those confrontations because you have to confront the deepest parts of you to truly love yourself. You have to. It's just nature. But while you have that opportunity for deep meditation, you also have this dynamic of being connected and moving in unison with a bunch of people that you at least like. and oftentimes love. This is a community of like-minded and like-hearted people. People who not only are just good people, but they also want to share that goodness with others. They understand that value proposition. They understand that role in this community, in this society. They know not everybody has it so good. And they all know that it's just a little bit of inspiration. You could be a certain way or talk a certain way with these good, positive vibes that touches somebody and inspires them to be better immediately. Because your life can change immediately. It doesn't matter how dire it might feel. It doesn't matter how heavy it might feel. You just don't know how to change it immediately. Indigenous fitness is a means to change your life for the better immediately. And the effects of this system of movements, this indigenous fitness, is so dramatic that if I start to tell you about all the stories, you'll think this is an infomercial. But the 88-year-olds can do it. The people who have been in major car accidents that walk in on canes can do it. The people who have fresh injuries, have collisions with cyclists on the streets of New York, come in as soon as they're able to move and do it and find relief and find strength. People with the need for double knee replacement can do it and then find strength and quickly no need for double knee replacement surgery. So it's magical in its effects. And I'm not a scientific guy. I'm an ex-athlete that knows my body really well because I've been to physical therapy a whole lot. And when I was a kid in South Korea, I was hyper self-aware of myself because I felt I had to be. Because at the end of the day, I said, I wanted to play. And I wanted to get along. And I want people to get along. And when I'm around the people that I'm around, I enjoy being around the people that inspire me. Good vibes only. So that's kind of a long way to answer the question, what is indigenous fitness? And if you haven't experienced that, I'd have to say, do you remember what it felt like to be on the playground? Running hard, running free, creating worlds, sometimes by yourself, sometimes with your crew. And just living a creative and carefree and energetic life. Could you use some of that energy now? That's indigenous fitness. Thank you for taking the time to look at this video. Please check out a bunch of the other content that we're putting up so you can get a better understanding of what this is and why this is good for you. We'll see you at the studio at 274 Lenox Avenue.